I saw this article on LinkedIn the other day. I think it was titled "How to Select an Executive Search Firm." It was, you know, kind of a blog, if you will, about tips around selecting the right firm, the right search firm. Now, Riderflex is a recruiting firm. That is our day job beyond the podcast that we do. So it's what we do for a living. Found it interesting to read that article and many others like it. I always find those fascinating. I want to give you my own slant on this. Okay. I'm going to keep it really simple. There's no scientific formula. Really, it's this. Number one, reputation, reviews. I mean, when you check the reviews, if you get references on the firm, are they great? And that's number one. Yeah. Just look online, check the reviews. If they have a bunch of great ones, cool. Then get a list of references from CEOs or other business owners or executives that they've done work for. Start there. Okay. Super powerful. Secondly, is this. Do you like them? Talk with a couple of the people that work there. The biggest thing that I see when a situation crashes between a search firm and a client is usually not the work necessarily. Okay. It's usually not the amount of work or the length of work or the quality of work. Believe it or not, that's usually not it. You know what it comes down to? Human beings. Like Mary just didn't like Johnny for whatever reason. Mary just didn't like Johnny's style. They just didn't click. They just didn't really like each other. The communication wasn't clean. So I'm serious. I mean, so much of it is just the human nature, the human piece of it. So interview them on video or in person and see if you like them. See if you like their style, because you're going to want to enjoy the people you're working with to help you find talent. So that's number two, is just see if you like them. Number three is, does the firm match your budget? Because the reality is you probably have a budget. You probably have a certain amount of cash you can spend on it. And, if you can afford 33% per placement, which I think is outrageous, by the way, and cash is no object and you want to spend that money, okay, go for it. If you are on a budget, then find a firm that has a, more competitive pricing. So make sure the math works is number three. Okay. Make sure the math works. And last but not least, this is kind of a don't, if you will. Don't get caught up in the specialty firms. Now, I have friends that own specialty firms, and so I don't want them to all be mad at me. Okay. But the specialty firm thing doesn't really apply as much as it used to, like back in the 70s when you had a paper Rolodex with special secret names on it that nobody else had. Now, with technology and LinkedIn and all the money and fees that all the firms pay for the backdoor information, we all have access to the same candidates. We all have access to the same people on the planet. Specialty firms did make a difference way back in the day when John, who started the firm in 1967, had a Rolodex full of names that nobody else had. Yeah, that mattered. That doesn't matter now. It really doesn't. I'm sorry, but it doesn't. We all have access to the same candidates. We can all get a hold of the same people. We all pay for the same tools to get the emails and the phone numbers and all that. So my last point was don't get caught up in thinking you have to select a specialty firm, because a generalist firm, this is going to sound like a sales pitch, right? But didn't mean for it to. A generalist firm can help you with all kinds of positions. And if you're going to have an accounting position or a sales position or a tech position, if you're going to have positions in multiple different functions, it's always better to go with the generalist, because then you can use the same firm that you're used to, which goes back to number two, which is you'll get used to working with, Johnny and Mary. If they like each other, they'll get used to working with each other, and then they can fill all kinds of positions. And there is your Riderflex tip of the day.